Welcome to Off the Top Rope, the wrestling show that puts you in the know. Now, before we get into the show, of course, we're going to punt all our social medias. WAWSA on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and Puma Kappa TV on all their social medias, and of course, the Loudmouth Appreciation Society on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just when you thought you got rid of him, he is still here. The current and reigning WAWSA heavyweight champion, Mr. Wrestling. Now, the reason why we've got him in for a second time is there is so much more that we need to discuss with Mr. Wrestling. Of course, we're going to be talking about the India tours. They were amazing. And we are still the only professional wrestling company in South Africa, and in fact in Africa, that has traveled to the Asian continent and had shows on a regular basis. One of the stalwarts, of course, is Mr. Wrestling. The Indian government loves him. The Indian people love him. And he, of course, loves the subcontinent like no other. Not only that, we will be delving into a bit of his personal life because there is parts of the story that you guys need to know. And let me tell you something, it is a hell of a story. After the break, we are going to be delving more into the man behind Mr. Wrestling. And of course, the man in front of professional wrestling. Stay tuned. We are talking to Mr. Wrestling, the WAWSA heavyweight champion. But more than that, we are going to be looking at the man behind the persona of Mr. Wrestling. Mr. Wrestling, there is something that people don't know about you, or a few people don't know about you. And we're going to be talking about it. And if you don't know about it, guys, look it up, but you know about it very well. Westdene Dam. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, that's a part of my life that, that will never go away. That was nightmare. Nightmares haunted me for a very long time. It takes time for that. The Westdene Dam, the bust in the Westdene Dam. I was a paramedic on standby just around the corner, the old JG Stadium Hospital. It's about a kilo and a half away. When I got the call that there was a MVA, motor vehicle accident. And on my response, I actually paused the bus. I couldn't see it on the left-hand side. Turned around. When I made a U-turn and asked the control room, where is this motor vehicle accident? I don't see anything. They say, no, the calls keep on coming on. It's non-stop, the phones. And on my way back to the dam, that scene I saw in front of me, the worst nightmare that you can have as a paramedic is to see children drowning. So yeah, first responder on the group. You see, I'm getting all emotional. Yep, that was very bad. But as a paramedic and a lifesaver, at that time it was my job. So I did what you were taught to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, an experience I would never want to have in my life again. It's still a nightmare.
I get. Now that's one of the things that when we spoke about it, I can see it was early 80s. I think it was 80,
mid 80s, yeah.
It still affects you deeply, and it's all well and good. We've traveled up and down this country many times and things like that, but sometimes you have to pull away the curtain because you need to understand where some things have gone on. And I've brought that up specifically because from there, in your current guise, you've done a lot of anti-bullying talks at schools and things like that. And it stems from that experience that you wanted to reach out from then and do something from that. Did that directly affect you in terms of now doing the anti-bullying talks and the anti-gangsterism talks and the anti-drug talks that WAWSA has got planned for the year?
Look, that subject on anti-bullying, it's actually part of my life. That came from school,
Right.
from primary school. I was being bullied.
Right.
Primary school, I was bullied badly. In high school, my whole family there's a line of wrestlers and boxers, bodybuilders. So in high school, I started doing my own training, started getting some muscles and stuff, and I became a bully.
Right.
I became a bad bully in high school. So when I left school into the big world, I got a wake-up call. I catch a wake-up. It's always someone bigger and stronger than you. And I realized that that's not me. This is not me. I was bullied. Now I am bullying. That is not me. I have to change this. And it stemmed from there. It stemmed from there. Today being an anti-bully and anti-drug campaigner and an inspirational speaker to inspire people, to motivate people, and just not to bully. Bully is bad.
Right. Okay. After the break, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking more to Mr. Wrestling about not only his experiences outside of the ring, but we're going to be talking about when we say infamous India tours, the press that was around it, the meeting of the people around it and things like that. We're going to be delving more with Mr. Wrestling into those types of situations and into those type of tours. So stick around. We'll be back right after the break. Welcome back to the show. With us is Mr. Wrestling, the longest reigning pro heavyweight champion South Africa's ever seen. We've been talking about India, and we've been having a lot of fun with India, but they take their wrestling exceptionally seriously. And Control Room, I wonder if you can just cue up a short video clip that we've got here of Mr. Wrestling to show just how serious they take their wrestling and how serious they've taken Mr. Wrestling under their wing. Can you cue that up for us, please? Can you cue that up for us, please? And I absolutely love this entrance. It actually shows how serious the Indian wrestling fraternity took not only War of Pride, but took you as a WAWSA representative. So this I love the cameras, I love the screen, and of course you playing the guitar, the imaginary guitar coming down, man.
That's great.
How many people were in that crowd?
Yes, that was my biggest crowd ever.
Right.
My biggest crowd ever. We had 24,000 tickets sold that evening.
Wow. And as you're coming around the ring, you just see it's just journalists and it's just cameras and it's just, the people are going nuts.
Yeah,
there.
the whole paparazzi. From the moment that curtain opened up and I walked in, it was just like a dream come true. This is it. This is it. You're gonna do your best. Every match you do is your best.
Right.
That was my best match ever.
Right.
Biggest crowd. The response was just ridiculous. And of course, I danced with some of the best guys in the ring.
Well, WWE's Carlito was there and Bobby Lashley was there. He's now in AEW. No, we talked about levels when we talked about in episode 1 Joe Legend and Tornado and things like this. But now you're dealing with guys that were intercontinental and world champions.
Next level wrestlers, yes.
That's the next level
That's correct.
of working out there. People don't appreciate how big Bobby Lashley is.
It's like a little puppy. You wanna get him by the cheek and say, "You're so beautiful," like a beautiful baby.
Yeah.
His personality He's got the greatest personality. But look, don't look for trouble. He is a martial artist for real.
Yeah.
He's got his black belt in martial arts for real. But when you talk to him as a person, he's down to earth. He doesn't get a big head. He knows where he is in the wrestling game.
Right.
He's top rank. He's top rank.
Right.
I mean, world champ, WWE. Come on.
Yeah.
What must you do to become that in WWE? So he stays down to earth.
Right.
You can go to him and talk to him about wrestling, and he's there to answer. He's there to help you.
Right.
So what a nice guy, and he's very humble. He's a very humble guy.
Right. And some of the other clips that we got here, you were actually in the ring with Carlito.
That's correct.
Now,
yes.
now Carlito comes from WWE, but he was also a Puerto Rican wrestler, and they're known for their stiffness inside the ring. But you know, we've seen Carlito wrestle. We saw him wrestle at the Iron Tour, and we saw him wrestle at Arnold's, and he wrestled with us. Man, what a professional in the ring!
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Now he knows what he's doing. Look, practice makes perfect,
Of course.
depending on how many matches and how many hours.
Right.
In his case, that is his occupation.
Right.
So it's wrestling Monday to Friday. That's it. That is your job on a daily basis. Of course, you're going to be the best.
Of course. Of course.
Of course, you're going to be the best.
And you know, I like these clips because they're short, powerful, and impactful. But there you are firing up against Anansi, shot, heavy clothesline, and then taking him, you know, over the top rope and things like that. And they don't really show it on the clip here, but they show a crowd shot later on in the match where you're in the ring and that crowd is just going ballistic.
Yes.
Man, they really do take their wrestling seriously there.
No, it's a different level. It's a different level. The way that they see a wrestler, there is a few things that you must know. When you go to India as a wrestler, especially as a professional wrestler, it's very big. There is something that they do.
Right.
Now, if you don't know about it, and that happened with me, so out of respect, when they greet you, they don't greet you with a hand.
Yeah.
They bend down quickly and they catch you on the seam of your pants.
Right.
And they give it a little tuck.
Yeah.
So the first time that happens with me, I thought, yo, what is this man doing? Second one, everyone's tucking on my pants. And the manager on their side told me, no, when that happens, don't move. It's a sign of respect
Yeah.
for you as a wrestler. And they've got a wrestling god that they actually pray for.
Yeah.
So professional wrestling is very, very big. Their wrestling is called Kushti.
Right.
So from Kushti to Pro Kushti. For the first time ever when we went to India, we had to do a course in Kushti, Indian wrestling.
Yes.
And then we gave them a course in professional wrestling.
Right.
We combined the two, and we got a brand new style of wrestling.